far out from the state of origin, boys.
Yeah.
Not far out. So
Time to be a Blue.
we should probably be Freddie Fittler and Billy Slater and put our squads out there.
So are these the squads who we obviously, not who we think deserves to be in there, but who will probably be in there?
I've gone for a bit of both.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I just hate the Origin, and it's probably Queensland's fault because they were so good for so long. Because once you win a series, they just sort of keep the same players, and you might get one new player who debuts. It sort of doesn't matter who's been the form player. So I was just trying to clarify that. But thanks, Freddie.
Well, as you say, they did have that dream team of the century. The spine was ridiculous, and basically everyone else just fed off that. I'm not denigrating the rest of the team, but boy, that spine was ridiculous.
You got immortals, don't you? Everywhere.
Everywhere, exactly.
Before we get into the team naming process, Blake is a true blue New South Wales supporter.
As a under 20 New South Wales rep.
Yeah.
Under
18, 17?
Yeah, 17, 18. I didn't actually play, but I was part of the squad. So
Squad, yeah.
Why did you bring that stuff up, Paul? It hurts our boy.
Oh, that's
Hey,
brilliant.
I still got the jacket, I think.
There we go.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I had a good night after out in Brisbane.
Now that may be a reason why it didn't actually make the squad. There's another story behind there, I'm sure.
Does the Queensland team the last couple of years has been terrible in terms of individuals, but I guess that's comparatively to what has been in the past.
Yes.
Do the players that are playing well at the moment, and there are a lot of them, and coming through the ranks, does it in your mind, Blake, bring Queensland any closer back to the pack and to New South Wales?
100%. I mean, I know obviously New South Wales are going through a bit of injuries with two of the best fullbacks in the game who usually play centre aren't going to be there. But this Queensland team, or the team that I have, is actually, especially when you look at the Cowboys, who have come in leaps and bounds, and the Broncos are back, and all these teams are back. I think they're getting better and better each year. They still got a couple of old heads in there, but I think the youth's going to start shining through. I still think the Blues are too good, and I still think they will be for a couple of years. But to say they'll win a series 3-0, I don't think you could confidently say that. And even to say, they're going to win each and every series over the next couple of years. I mean, I'd like to think that, they would, but Queensland could steal one here and there.
I give Queensland a huge chance. First of all, because of the form of the players that they have this season, and coupled, as Blake said, the fact that no Tommy T, no Latrell Mitchell for the game one, and those two players absolutely tore Queensland to pieces in the first couple of games last year. They were instrumental in not just tearing the Queensland defense to pieces, but also helping to get the Blues off their own line and bringing the ball back at the along with the likes of Brian To'o. They really saved those Blue forwards a number of times coming out of their own depth. So they've lost a lot now. I know they've got a couple of very, very, or probably 4 or 5, maybe half a dozen sort of centres who are very, very good, who are eligible for New South Wales. But they're not at the quality of Latrell Mitchell or Tommy Turbo in their prime. So I think New South Wales, they lose a wee bit there. I guess if we start with New South Wales, I'm pretty certain that we'll all have James Tedesco in the 1 jersey.
Yep.
I'm fairly certain the wingers will all have Brian To'o and the Fox.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
You
I do have them, but like I said, To'o for me hasn't had the same year he's had the last 2 years. Still a bit injured and still fighting his way back. So I would have liked to see someone like a Daniel Tupou or someone up there to contest the ball against Xavier Coates. But I like I said, I think they're going to pick To'o.
Now the centres, they're going to be different from the centres they had last year. The two most likely seem to be, one seems to be Katoni Staggs, who's played very, very well for the Broncos and has been a big part of their sort of rejuvenation. Then the other one, I don't know, do you go with someone like Stephen Crichton? Do you go with someone like
Campbell Graham
from South?
18th man last year, but
Matt Burton?
Yeah.
Do you?
I think you'd have to go with Crichton, given he's got that played the Panthers. Cleary, if he'd be playing on the right, probably.
He'll be playing on the same side as
Luai. Oh, yeah, playing with Luai, and then you've got To'o outside him again. So
yes, yeah.
They've got that combination there, and that makes plenty of sense.
Yep. Yeah, Crichton, I think. Yeah.
You got Crichton and Staggs?
Yeah.
6 and 7 seem fairly simple for mine. The Panthers duo, Cleary and Luai.
Just going back to the centres, if Staggs goes down, who's your next man in? Did Talakai do enough early in the season? Like, he's obviously cooled off.
I'd go
games.
I'd go straight to Mr. Reliable, Campbell Graham. I mean, he was in there last year, got a bit of action amongst the squad. I think the squad trusts him. He would have been there for, the series. And I think he's a good player. He's a solid player. He'll defend well, so I'd go straight to him. He'd be my next man up.
Yeah. Defensively, you don't lose a lot with Campbell Graham in the centres.
Yeah. Which is a question.
Yep. Payne Haas, one prop. I'm pretty sure.
Probably first man picked.
We're all there. So who's on the other side? I've gone Junior Paulo.
Yeah, I said Paulo too.
Yeah, that's the trifecta, boys.
Hey.
All got Paulo.
Well, I think Hooker, Damien Cook.
Yeah, Cookie. Yep.
Very fast, apparently. Very fast.
We get into the second row. If Cam Murray's fit, he's back in, surely.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's named on the extended bench this week, I believe.
Extended bench, yeah. Would suggest that he's probably going to be on the field for the Bunnies this weekend.
And even if he doesn't, he's not a man that needs fitness. He's that origin player that'll give you 80, 90, even 100 minutes if you need. He's he'll be one back row for me for sure.
The other back row, where are you going?
I've gone Frizzell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just think you go back to, like I said, origin players. And I don't think he's been playing that bad for Newcastle. I know he had that injury, but the start of the year, I thought he was good. And then his return against the Broncos the other night, I thought he was real good. So, yeah, I don't think you lose anything with Frizzell, a bigger body as well than Martin. So, but yeah.
This is where we divert paths. I've
you
gone
got?
Angus Crichton.
Yeah.
I had Crichton in there too.
I think the last couple of weeks he's getting back to his best, and but I can understand the arguments for either Liam Martin or, excuse me, yeah. Whew.
Not a fan of Frizzell.
Yeah,
Frizzell. Sorry,
Yeah,
Frizzell.
not a fan.
Yeah. Oh, there was plenty of chili. Isaiah Yeo,
Yeah.
easy, number 13.
Easy.
So then the bench. I've got Nico Hines as my 14.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
I got Hines there, bracketed with Jack Whiten. He's one of those guys he's been there and done it. Could play centre, could play half, could jump into that lock role.
And Fittler's he's a bit of a fan of Whiten as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
It'll be very, very interesting to see who he throws in there.
He's been probably the best player on the Raiders all year.
I think they just go with Hines personally. As like you said, Whiten can play 6 and lock and all that. Hines did all that stuff already. We've already seen that with the Storm, so we know he can do it at a we've seen Whiten play fullback, obviously, and centre and 5'8" at NRL level, but we've actually seen Nico Hines play 13 and play fullback and half when he was with the Storm, 14th man. So I think I'm leaning towards them picking Hines actually.
The rest of the bench have got Liam Martin, Regan Campbell-Gillard, and Tariq Sims.
Yeah,
Sims, Travojevic in there.
He's another favourite of Fittler's, isn't he? So he's probably got the edge, but
It's just
I really haven't been impressed with him at all this season, to be fair. But as you say, Blake, once you're in the team and you're going well, it's very hard to get out of the team.
Yeah. Well, I've gone. I've gone Jake Trbojevic and Angus Crichton. But I've also gone Colin Matangi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a bolter. I think he'll be in the 17. Actually, to be honest, I had Daniel Saifidi written down, then I crossed it out and put Clemmer down because I think Clemmer's been in outstanding form. And then for that last spot, I had like Martin, Trbojevic, or Crichton. So my benches, I seriously can't pick. I don't know.
Disqualified too many players.
I think Colin Matangi's going to be there. Number 17.
He wouldn't look out of place. He's played very, very well for the Rabbitohs so far this season. The team north of the border, have we all got Ponga at number 1? Or has he not played well enough for the Knights to hold his position? I've got him in the 1 jersey. You're going to put Walsh in there, aren't you?
I've got Walsh there, but like I can see, like Ponga will do a job. He's a class player.
Yeah,
and he probably should like. I just put Walsh there just to be different because everyone's going to have Ponga.
Yeah. Look. I think Walsh should get his turn, but I think Ponga's going to be there.
I think if the Warriors were going a little bit better, maybe Walsh.
Possibly.
Yeah. He'll almost certainly be in the extended squad, won't he? They'll have him in the the train on.
Yeah.
Wingers. I sort of went a little dollar each way here. One who I think Slater will pick and one that I hope he does pick. I've gone with Valentine Holmes and Selwyn Cobbo.
Ooh. Yeah, I've gone Xavier Coates and Selwyn Cobbo.
Yeah, Coates and Cobbo. And it doesn't make the bench, but I thought Oates was a chance too.
Play some good footy.
Yeah.
Been there, done it before.
Yeah.
Big body.
Centres, Dane Gagai definitely takes 1 jersey.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you were talking about the Cowboys. What about Tabuai Fidel?
Well, see, that's where I've gone Val Holmes because I thought his centre form for the Cowboys has been outstanding. So I thought he would have got even though we know how good he is on the wing for Queensland, don't we? But
he loves scoring tries there.
He does. But I've got him in the centres with Gagai.
It's a pretty established centre pairing in terms of experience. Maybe not games as centres, but going up against a New South Wales team that doesn't have, Origin experience centres. It's
Munster, DCE.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Josh Papali'i.
Yeah.
1 prop. Look, I put names down across them out. I put names down across them out for the other propping position. I'll go on Big Tino, Fasua Maliawi.
Yeah.
As me. I mean, he could be in the 13 jersey, but I think they'll probably throw him in to prop with Papali'i and then Harry Grant, obviously, as hooker.
Yeah.
Kafusi.
Yeah. Yes. I tried to pick someone else because I don't think he's been playing that well, but the old head sort of, I think he'll be in there.
Because he's been there before.
Yeah.
I went Cape Well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went Patrick Carrigan in the 13 because I really like the way he's played for the Broncos this year. I know he doesn't have as much Origin experience as most of the others, but I just like the way he's been playing. I thought maybe Jai Arrow, and I found a spot for him, but I just thought Patrick Carrigan, he deserves a spot there.
Yep, I went Carrigan too.
So I had Carrigan. I crossed him out, and I went Ruben Cotter from the Cowboys. Yeah,
He's the last man I crossed out because he first of all, he's got quite a bit of versatility. Remember, he used to be a hooker.
Yep.
And he's playing front row now for the Cowboys. He's playing really, really well. He only just missed out on my 17, but he could easily slot in there somewhere, even off the bench. But yeah, I did leave him out in the end. But I can understand why you've got him.
Yeah.
I've got him on the bench.
Okay. Yeah. I've got Carrigan on the bench. So.
Okay. I've got Ben Hunt 14th.
Yep.
Then I've got Jai Arrow, David Fafita, and Jeremiah Nanai.
Oh, yeah. I've got Jai Arrow, because I've got Hunt, Carrigan, Jai Arrow, and Mo Fotuaika from the Gold Coast Titans.
I've gone Hunt, Cotter, Arrow, and Flegler.
Eh?
Broncos.
Wow.
I feel like him and Carrigan are very similar, just hard nut, sort of don't F with me type players.
No messing around.
Yeah.
Nice.
We saw it against the Warriors when was it against the Warriors? When he should have gone to jail. He got put on a report like 6 times.
Wow. Bring back some bad memories for Carl. Great. Well, obviously, most of the NRL coaches listen to us. So with Freddie Fittler and Billy Slater listen to the Advantage Line. Teams that are very similar to the ones that we've just announced will be taking the field in what was it, a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks.